The ongoing war in Ukraine has witnessed a staggering loss of life. Russian forces in particular have sustained heavy casualties. Estimates suggest that over 750,000 Russian soldiers have been killed or wounded. This figure dwarfs the estimated Ukrainian casualties, which stand at 43,000 killed and 370,000 wounded. This disparity in casualties paints a stark picture of the conflict's brutal toll. It also raises questions about the effectiveness of Russian military strategies. The high number of Russian casualties is impossible to ignore. It points to potential weaknesses in their military planning and execution. The sheer scale of losses has shocked many international observers. These figures underscore the human cost of the conflict. They serve as a grim reminder of the devastating consequences of war. The disparity in casualties also reveals the resilience of the Ukrainian people. Despite facing a numerically superior force, they have mounted a fierce defense. Their determination and strategic prowess have been instrumental in inflicting heavy losses on the invading Russian army. The Ukrainian resistance has surprised many analysts. The casualty figures are a sobering reminder of the conflict's human toll. Each number represents a life lost or irrevocably altered. The international community must continue to seek ways to end the violence. A peaceful resolution is the only path to preventing further bloodshed. The high casualty rate among Russian forces has exposed significant flaws in their military strategies. One glaring weakness has been their reliance on outdated tactics. They have often favored brute force over adaptability and strategic nuance. This approach has proven ineffective against the more agile and determined Ukrainian defenders. Another critical misstep has been the underestimation of Ukrainian capabilities. Russian military planners appear to have misjudged the strength of Ukrainian resistance. They also failed to anticipate the level of international support Ukraine would receive. This miscalculation has had disastrous consequences for Russian forces. Furthermore, logistical challenges have plagued the Russian campaign from the outset. Supply lines have been stretched thin. Coordination between units has been poor. These logistical failures have hampered the effectiveness of Russian operations. They have also contributed to the mounting casualty count. The combination of these strategic blunders has put Russian forces on the back foot. The high casualty rate is a clear indication that their initial plans have gone awry. Whether Russia can adapt its approach and salvage its military campaign remains to be seen. In contrast to the struggles faced by Russia, Ukrainian forces have demonstrated remarkable resilience and strategic acumen. Despite being outgunned and outnumbered, they have inflicted heavy losses on the invading army. Their success can be attributed to a combination of factors, including high morale, effective use of terrain, and strategic deployment of resources. Ukrainian soldiers are fighting for their homeland, their families, and their freedom. This deep sense of purpose has translated into fierce determination on the battlefield. They are highly motivated to defend their country against what they perceive as an unjust and unprovoked invasion. In addition to their unwavering spirit, Ukrainian forces have effectively utilized the terrain to their advantage. They have employed guerrilla tactics, ambushing Russian convoys and exploiting urban environments to negate Russia's numerical superiority. Their adaptability and tactical ingenuity have been instrumental in slowing the Russian advance. Moreover, Ukraine has received significant military aid from Western countries. Anti-tank weapons, surface-to-air missile systems, and other advanced weaponry have bolstered Ukrainian defenses. This international support has been crucial in leveling the playing field against Russia's military might. As the war in Ukraine grinds on, the human cost continues to escalate. The staggering casualty figures, particularly on the Russian side, underscore the urgency of finding a peaceful resolution. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly called for a just peace that ensures Ukraine's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and security. A just peace must address the root causes of the conflict, including Russia's aggression and violation of international law. It must also provide mechanisms for accountability for war crimes and atrocities committed during the conflict. Furthermore, a lasting peace requires a commitment from all parties to dialogue, diplomacy, and reconciliation. The international community has a crucial role to play in supporting a just and sustainable peace in Ukraine. This includes maintaining pressure on Russia to end its aggression, providing humanitarian assistance to those affected by the conflict, and supporting Ukraine's long-term recovery and reconstruction. The war in Ukraine is a tragedy for all involved. It is a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for peaceful solutions. Only through dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to justice can we hope to build a future where such tragedies are consigned to the history books.